Hi, my name is Arnold, and I work for a bank.
Great man.
My question is around basically how synonymous mobile money is in this country. It's everywhere you go. It's the main medium of payments and transactions. So, is there an opportunity for them to coexist? I mean, did cryptocurrency and mobile money, is it a threat to mobile money, or is there also a cause for them maybe potentially becoming interoperable? Also related to what the central bank just issued in February regarding the paper on the CBDCs. So obviously I think still taking in queries from the public and just kind of like trying to shift the direction. I just wanted to understand like where do you see that evolving? To Ali and to George.
How do you withdraw crypto in Kenya?
Okay. Short and sweet. How do you withdraw crypto in Kenya? That I'm sure is for George.
It's Momo. I'm a content creator. Mine is not a question. Mine is to help you get that education that you keep hearing them talk about. So I create content on YouTube on crypto. So how to buy Bitcoin with M-Pesa, there's a video about it. So that before you, because you go out of here with a lot of information, go on YouTube and search for Momo. So that you can actually learn about it. And subscribe.
Good evening, I'm Matimo Ignatius. Good evening, I'm Matimo Ignatius, a blockchain developer. Before I ask my question, let me touch a little bit technical and research on, let me give an example. There's a gentleman said he does NFTs. NFTs are listed, one of them, the popular one is OpenSea. He has a public address. It starts with 0x, then a long alphanumeric. Copy paste it, more technical, copy paste it, go to either scan, Binance, scan. You'll be able to see, the good thing about blockchain, it's transparent, it's immutable. It will show you all the transactions listed. There is an African coin. Don't touch it, it's a scam. Please a shy. I'm giving you, it's true. Go to either scan, check the address. They are so shameless, all their moves, they're moving to their own private address and they're cashing out. And then they do the MLM thing, Tom pays Mary, pays Paul, it just trickles down to that. My question on, maybe to touch on yours, because you mentioned about the founder died and the coins were moved. So there's something called a CFI, it's a centralized finance. So what Binance has, it's a debt, decentralized exchange. If Mr. Zaud passes, he has nothing to do with your account. It's private. So it's you control it, it's decentralized. So he died, it's a centralized. So on my question, I don't want to call them banks, but let me call them brands.
Okay.
So they usually have, the approach is, it's a tactical approach. Hey, this is a buzz, it's a new thing, let's jump into it. But they should have a strategic approach to it. So what mistakes do major brands make? How do they fix them? And how do they think differently?
Okay, let gentleman next to you.
Thank you. My name is Justus Lavi, and I'm the National General Secretary of Kenya Small-Scale Farmers Forum. We are a grassroots village-based network of small-scale farmers. We are also part of a similar large regional network for all countries of East, Central, and Southern Africa. I have worked trading. Incidentally, I'm a computer scientist and been in this line for a long time, even when we were developing the internet and all that. But I want to hear, for my interest, how the crypto technology can be used in agriculture. Because in 75% of sub-Saharan Africa is occupied by small-scale farmers. And recently, we have come out with the UN decade of family farming. And there are several. Actually, incidentally, I am the facilitator for East African Civil Society Mechanism in UN FAO. So, I want to get clearly these new technologies emerging, how they can be used in agriculture and focused on implementation of the UN Sustainable Development Goals.
Thank you. Okay, do you see another winner? Do you see another winner? Because that's a very good question. Yeah. So how many were those? 3.
Cut straight through the layers of middlemen and be able to give smallholder farmers collective bargaining power by aggregating crops on one side and aggregating orders on the other side. And it would open up a whole new level of markets for the smallholder farmers. I would love to discuss with you further in private.
Okay, yes.
Short and sweet, Irene.
Okay, thanks.
I'll ask it very simply. Before actually launching any product, really you have to, as usual, do proper market research and understand what is your target audience and target clients and what problem exactly are you solving. So for future, like if you want to scale and become big for the long term, you need to know what's your growth path, you know, and understand exactly what you're putting yourself into. So if you look at Binance, how we have actually grown and scaled, because Binance first started, so let me just slowly give you a history of Binance. Binance was started in 2017 by 10 co-founders, investors. They did the ICO at the time, initial coin offering. ICOs are not famous anymore right now, whereby you raise funds and then you launch a project. So back then they were famous. So we started in 2017 July, and that's when it was launched in 4th July. So every 4th July we usually celebrate the anniversary. So look out for the 5th anniversary coming this year. And Binance has grown exponentially in a very short time, okay? And that is because we had a solution, and we started with one product, and then we built an ecosystem around it. Binance Exchange is super big, okay? There's so much around Binance. There is Binance Academy. In fact, Binance Academy is something anyone can go and get to learn anything about cryptocurrencies and so on. So just Google Binance Academy, okay? And just, if you can download the app, the better. But if you love reading, that's a very nice place for you to get materials. Binance Academy. So that's one of the ecosystem, and it has grown to build extremely so much. Binance Smart Chain, nowadays called BNB Smart Chain, and so much around it. You can't even talk everything about Binance. It's super big. We keep buying and building other brands. CoinMarketCap.com, okay, it's also nowadays owned by Binance. Okay, so we grow the ecosystem and try to find where is it that we can leverage and help grow more.
Thank you. Thank you, George.
Can I just add on to what George said?
Okay.
I think that issue of what brands need to do, to retain, their value and stuff like that. One of the things for me in the financial services sector that I have found is it's almost like bad customer experience, especially in digital services and products, is like it's standard for incumbents in the financial services sector. Then come exchanges, crypto exchanges like Binance. You want Forex transactions, you get that in minutes without having to call your bank. I mean, it does not matter the size of the organization you are in. If you've dealt with your bank in Forex exchange, you know what I mean. It's minutes, In fact, mobile banking for corporates is almost non-existent. In the crypto world, it's internet banking as opposed to mobile banking. You know what I mean? In the crypto space, it's a mobile first effort. So ultimately, you're talking about ensuring that you are giving your customers the most an easiest way to engage and transact with their money.
Okay, thank you. I have 2 last questions, and then I'll come to you, George, for a demo. And then before we invite Laura, I see Neil getting a little fidgety. I think he wants to leave. So, yeah, let's get the last 2 questions.
First of all, I'd just like to thank the panel for coming together and doing this presentation. I think all of us here were at different levels of understanding the cryptocurrency market. And I think between 1 and 10, 10 being the highest, 1 being the lowest, I'm between 1 and 2. 1.5. I started buying cryptocurrency in 2020. And I've never traded, I've never sold, I just keep buying. Because one day, we'll see these videos and they're gonna, it's gonna go up. So I'm panicking a little bit about what happens when that explosion happens. What do I do? Okay? So
you go to the Bahamas.
Yeah. So, but okay, now serious. When I started, the bank I was with, I won't mention it. I could, but I won't. I could do a direct transfer from my bank to the exchange. And literally within 3 weeks, boom, it went. Is there a bank in Kenya which can do direct deposit and withdrawal? And the reason I ask that is that my late dear friend Chris Kirubi, who some of us know him, not only was he an advocate of cryptocurrency, he was even mining. I know where the house was. And if you're mining, there's no way you're dealing with a bank which has these restrictions. I even went to that bank and I spoke to them directly. I went to the boss and he said, oh no, sorry, we don't do it. I said, but your chairman was doing it. How is that not happening? So how do you do that trade? And we all know Elon Musk. When Elon, to the guy who's on the phone, I'm sorry I forgot his name. We said, cryptocurrency is a B2B platform. Who did Elon Musk find to buy $300 million of cryptocurrency in one go? That means there's somebody who's as wealthy as him, if not wealthier, when he bought 300 million. Or I think it was more than 300 million. Whatever it was. Because remember he claimed, he made in one day, when he bought and he sold the next day.
More than Tesla made in 10 years.
More than Tesla made profit in 10 years. He made $256 million. That number I don't forget. So, is there a bank that does it? And if not, why not? Then the second, sorry, I got 2 questions. I opened Binance, I'm on the Binance exchange, right? Now, it's all well and good, it operates here, and it's P2P, and whatever. I'm sick of the banks, I'm sorry for the bank who's here, but they've stolen enough from me already, and it's to your point, Ali, and you know I'm coming to see you, I've got your card. I'll come to you, no questions. So I'm on Binance here, which is working in Africa. Now, I want to move money from here to UK, but Binance is banned in UK, and I'm trying to find an exchange which will work with my bank, so I can avoid those pathetic charges that the banks are charging me, so I can get money on this decentralized platform from here to UK. How do I do it? And who can I come and see in Nairobi who can show me the process?
Crypto decentralized finance has brought us some amazing technological jumps, and has really brought us sort of all into the 21st century, literally, with technology that we can use for the future. And the only advice that I can sort of share and give is use it for the benefits. There's some great questions here. How can I transfer money to the UK? How can I, and I'm sure Ali will be able to answer, and Laura very effectively, how can I basically circumvent what is frustrating me today, which is an old and stagnant banking system and some wonderful things. But again, just be aware, and these guys will know much better than me, be aware of the scams for sure, but also just straight out punting on crypto, because it is very volatile and it deserves a word of caution. But Irene, thank you very much, my fellow panelists, thank you so much. I've enjoyed it tremendously. And please feel to reach out to me if you have any further questions.
Yeah.
You can share my
I'll
contact details.
share his email address. Once again, thanks, Neil. Big hand as we go to the
I can't answer all your questions, but let me try and answer some of them. Number one, banks in Kenya are not allowed to deal in any way crypto. That's a regulatory advisory from the Central Bank of Kenya. So there's nothing you can do about that. So the late Chairman CK, he used to do it in his own personal capacity, not in his banks. So that's one. Two, how do you, so first, just correction, Binance is not banned in the UK, and I think George will tell you how you can go about that. The other thing is that how do you, how can you cash out? It's through the P2P platform, the peer-to-peer platforms. And we can have a separate conversation around that because there's no time now. Last but not least, I want to introduce you to some of the global digital banks that Binance may, because Binance is not a bank, it's an exchange. But if you want a bank, you want to start thinking about some of these global digital banks that will give you the freedom that you need. It's really as simple as that. The water flows down through the path of least resistance, and we must look at that path. Thank you, John.
Thank you. While George gets ready to give us a demo, I want a comment from my friend John here because quickly, you've been in the space as well for a while. Yeah.
Thank you very much. My name is John Mandel. Maybe before probably this is also an opportunity to ask a brief question, and it is also a question for Binance. What is Binance's position when it comes to crypto adoption? Are they also championing crypto adoption, and what does that mean for us? Because I find it sometimes a bit tricky, and it is also something about how a lot of people end up being conned, and that's because of how probably you also explain crypto. Like, for instance, if my mom were here, she would not have understood anything. And my mom has actually been called on several meetings, and they were telling him, you'll get like 7K a month. And so you have to tell her, don't do it. But then you tell her that, and then she's like, she'll still do it in a way. So that means perhaps there's an opportunity to probably also explain that, or rather figure out how we explain it to people. And that is if at all Binance is concerned about crypto adoption. And that is because really it's the gas that keeps the exchange alive. Yeah.
Thank you.
The most safest way for your entry to crypto is start with a centralized platform. And the centralized platform has to be a safe one, okay? And Binance, being the biggest cryptocurrency trading exchange, you can always verify this information. Just go to, you can verify the biggest cryptocurrency trading exchange in volume, and that is Binance. So that is the easiest way for your entry. Go in because if you start going to a decentralized world, it's very confusing. There's a lot of private key, especially if this is your first time with crypto. So start by opening an account with Binance.com, understand how to buy crypto, hold, just start small. You can buy as little as even 500 shillings, all right, 300 shillings, 200 shillings, all right. So we're going to do that right now. I want to log into my account. I think I'll be talking more without the mic because I need to be holding all these gadgets. So let me now log into my account here. So the safest way also to log into a laptop, maybe if it's your friend's laptop, just go to a Binance app.
So is Binance ready for this fast and
Order completed.
Can you see?
Order completed.
Yeah. Is Binance ready for a vast expansion? Like, is it ready to scale up now?
Very good question. You should have introduced this son. I know you.
Sorry, because of time. But I'm late.
That's a question for Laura. Is Binance ready for large transaction as it expands massively? So you guys have seen clearly that my order has been completed. Let me just actually maximize my screen. Right? Where do I find it? So I come here to my wallet, okay, and I check on the funding wallet. So any money that you buy on P2P, it comes to your funding wallet. Okay. Now we have many other videos that we have done on this process. How now to use this same money you have got. Remember, I bought a stable coin, USDT.
Let's help our brothers and sisters and prevent them from losing money unnecessarily. The problem with Kenyans is that you always find that they start doing their due diligence after they have lost money.
Yes.
Yeah? No, seriously, it's always baffling that, yeah, nobody asked a question before, but once they lost money, then suddenly it's Binance. And they didn't call Binance before, you know? So that's one. There were some, should I say that there's some t-shirts? Yeah. There are some t-shirts that will be worn today, and I would say Momo will win one, but Momo already has a lot of Binance stuff.
I have a lot of things.
So the gentleman, the young man next to you will win one. I want 9 other people. Okay, I see you Dennis there, you'll have a t-shirt.
This gentleman.
I need a lady too on that side. Lynn, you were number 3, you get one. Yeah.
Blockchain expert.
Okay.
You asked a question.
Yeah? You win a t-shirt? Just now. Yeah, but you win a t-shirt? Yes. Just for your swag. It's hard to get. Yeah. Even me, I wait for 3 months to get my swag. I'm looking at a gentleman with the glasses at night. I'm like, yeah, you win. He's wearing shades at night. Yeah? John, you want one too? How many are those?
We give them as you mentioned.
Lynn, what's your size?
Medium?
No, it's small. She take 1 minute to tell you what she's doing and where you can find her.
Cool. Thank you so much. My name is Moira Kowo. I'm a lecturer in film and animation at Multimedia University. I'm making it with students and graduates at the university, and these are the 4 children. It's about this little girl, Almasi, and her cousins going to play in a mangrove forest. It's about children playing in the greatest outdoor playground in the world, Kenya. And these NFTs are the way that everybody can get involved. Episode 1 and 2 are already released. Original stories, original music, they're on YouTube. And these NFTs are pictures on the Ethereum blockchain. You can make anything into an NFT, any digital file. And these we chose, you can use lots of different blockchains. We chose Ethereum because it's the biggest smart contract blockchain, and they're supposed to be having a big upgrade this year when we think they'll explode. And then we have a very busy, we have a roadmap for a very busy secondary market, which is the most important thing for NFTs. You collect 10 characters and you can get your name into the credits of episode 3. There are 10 characters. And then you can sell them again. And we'll release more characters so that there'll be a slightly different collection for every episode released. So there'll be a lively market. And NFTs are great because there's a royalty attached. That's why it's important for artists. That's it.
That was a good 3 minutes.
Yeah. Well, they're on Almasi NFTs.
Almasi NFT, that's where she is. She's still here.
Okay.
0.01, and she says, oh my goodness, we are getting into marketing. Now, everyone who wants a session like this next quarter, because then we will not be starting from scratch. We'll be carrying on with what exactly you're supposed to do to make money. Next quarter, show of hands, right? Because this has been very, very helpful. I'm also getting texts on my phone. People, everyone is saying this was one of those, we should have done this earlier, Joe, right? Yeah. And so, Laura and Ali have last minute words before we go, and then we'll release you all. And if you get a chance, get a biting out there, some, I think some skewers and things. yeah, before you go, you've stayed this long, you might as well get something to eat. So, Laura, you have... Oh, I get a gift. I get a gift. This is for...
Camera.
Thank you so much, George and Laura. I really do appreciate this. Look at that. Yeah. You don't even throw this away, do you? You just, yeah, you recycle it because the logo. I really appreciate it. I won't even check what to see. Let me get surprised. Yeah. Laura, last word.
Last word. I think currently we're standing at like the era when mobile phone just came out. You don't know what will happen, but trust me, it is the future. So cryptocurrency is the same thing. We don't know what will happen next, but it is the future.
All right. Ali?
I don't think I need to add to what Laura has said. We have spoken so much today on this particular subject. Just to re-emphasize, this is not a get-rich-quick enterprise. So where a friend of mine used to tell me ABL, do you know what that stands for? ABL. Can we give one t-shirt if somebody gets that right? ABL?
Yeah, they'll get a Binance book.
A Binance book. ABL. What does anyone? ABL, yes sir.
Annual percentage rate.
I know. Not annual percentage rate.
It's
ABL.
B for
A for Africa, B for Binance, L for London. ABL. Come on, guys. Africa Binance. Okay. I can see you are angling for the.
Yeah, for the book.
Always be learning.
Always be learning.
Always be learning. So that's my take home for you guys today. Thank you.
Perfect. One sentence.
Just one for the winners. Anyone who has won the $100, it will be credited on your Binance account. Now you have to make sure your account is verified. Okay. So first, open an account with Binance, verified, then let's talk from there. And something else, keep learning. Right? Keep learning. I will not insist more than that. It's very important.
And from myself, I'm really grateful that you stayed the whole session. Show of hands, who got something that they can take home tonight with them? Was it useful? Then let's give them a big hand. George, Ali, and Laura, I think what you've done is you've opened your phone lines because questions will come now, and I'm hoping that none of you minds we direct questions to you. And the idea today is learn first before you lose your money. And so the next session will be an even more learning session of how to do crypto, do it safely, and make some more money. And like she said, the first thing you do is maybe buy and hold instead of trading, so that you avoid losing money. And so until the next time, we do this once a month. All of you make sure that you're on my mailing list, because that's the only way you get to know what's happening, what we're thinking. Get something to eat, some snacks, some tea before you go. Until the next time, I am so grateful that you came, and I say good night and get home safely, right? Thank you very much.